2006 on a 56 Ford Focus ST in performance blue, I believe it's called, with white wheels and the white sticker pack. We'll start by having a look at the bodywork, then we'll go through the interior and we'll go for a cold engine startup. Going down this driver's side, you can see it's nice and straight all the way down there. It's not full of ripples or dents or waviness. Driver's front ring, we've got a little bit of blistering in the paint at the front there, but the rest of the wing, nice and tidy. Down the bottom here where they normally go is all good. Wheels are generally pretty good. There's the odd little curb mark here and there, but they're pretty good. Coming down this side, up the A-pillar, nice and tidy. There's no sign of any stone chips or anything like that. The windows could do with a bit of a polish. They've sort of got a bit of ingrained dirt on them, which you can see there. So that one's sort of polished out. No sign of any stone chips on the A-pillar. We do have 1, 2, 3 bird poo marks in the roof. But again, a good flat polish should get rid of those. All nice and tidy on the glass on this side. Driver's door. Got one tiny little mark just there. And a couple of little marks from sort of sponges and stuff on the sticker pack. But other than that, all good. Coming down this side. Again, there's a bit of a swirl in the paint here. Again, looks like it'll polish out. It's sort of, you can feel it on top of the paint. It's almost like it's sort of, again, ingrained dirt or maybe tree sap or something like that. But there's no sign of any corrosion coming down through on the bottom of the arch here. There is a couple of tiny little scabs just starting there on the back end. But other than that, all good. Have another look back up this side from here. Round on the back, there's no scuffs on the driver's side or passenger side of the bumper. Rest of the bumper itself, nice and neat. We've got a couple of little chips in the paint there and a couple of light scratches where things have been lifted in and out of the boot, but other than that, all good. Rear windows nice and tidy, spoiler's good. Tail lights are nice and bright. Passenger side again, nice and straight all the way down there. There's no sign of any corrosion coming through there, but there is a tiny little bit just there, you can just see it, and none down the bottom there. Rest of that rear quarter, all nice and tidy. Little mark where the door's been opened on something at some point there, and a little stone chip in the lacquer just there. And again, the same as the other side, a couple of little marks on the sticker pack from sponges and things like that. Tiny little mark that's been touched there on the wing mirror. All good up the A-pillar. And then front wing, no corrosion down the bottom there. All good round the front. Coming around on the front, generally pretty good for stone chips. Headlights are good, they don't need polished. Generally across the front there's 1 or 2 very minor ones. I did notice the badge has come off at some point and been glued back on. That one's replaced. Obviously it gets quite a lot of wear and tear because it is part of the bonnet assembly. If you know your Ford, you know that this sort of era, that's how you get in the bonnet. There's no bonnet release in the car. Nice and neat on the front bumper. There's no scuffs or scrapes on that. Onto the interior. Black leather Recaros in this one. Nice and clean on the driver's door card. A little bit of wear down the bottom, but generally pretty good. Especially for the size of the bolsters, they've worn really well. Nice and neat around the steering wheel. 118,270 miles. All good along the top of the dash. It does have a boost gauge added on the pillar there. But all nice and standard on the centre section. Heated seats in this one, 6-speed manual gearbox. Headlining nice, black headlining nice and neat in there as well. Back seats, again, don't look like they've been sat on hardly at all. No nasty smells in there, no smell of smoke or dog or anything like that. Into the boot, I did notice that the struts for the boot are a little bit soft, so they may want replacing. Parcel shelves all good. Boot itself all nice and neat and clean and tidy in there. Like I say, the rams are a bit soft. Passenger side, all good on the door card. Again, the seat generally pretty good. Tiny bit of wear on the bolster, but generally for the age and the mileage, very, very good. And then, like I mentioned on the bonnet assembly, you go in with a key. Makes it very difficult to do it one-handed. So you're going to have to excuse some dodgy camera away for a second. You go left and then right, and up it comes. You get some more dodgy camera weight while I pin the bonnet up. And again, all good once we've done that. So it has what looks like a cold air intake, and it has the ram air box on there, which is quite a common mod on these if you know your STs. It's been with us a couple of days, starts on the button, it doesn't go flat or anything like that. Proper cold startup because it is freezing in here today. Nothing nasty firing out the back. I did notice when we were moving it around, A, it could do with some fuel in it, and B, there is an engine management light on. those LEDs are flickering on the camera, but in real life they're not. That's just the way the LEDs show on the camera. It's something to do with frame rate if you want to get really nerdy about it. Engine management light, I believe, is for the exhaust, aftermarket exhaust. Obviously runs and drives fine as far as we can tell, no issues there. I have had it down the road, it does seem to drive well. But it is on, so bear that in mind. So there you have it, 2006 on a 56 Ford Focus ST. Any more questions, please get in touch. Thank you.